that you have to learn 6 other scriptures and then only you are entitled to eternity. They are called Shadangas. The 6 are there: Shiksha, Vyakaranam, Chanda, then Jyotisham, then Niruktam. So like this, there are 6. Then what is Shiksha? Shiksha is phonetics. How to pronounce. Entire Vedas are based on pronunciation. And there are books on Shiksha. The one of them is most common is Panini Shiksha. Panini has written, wonderfully written. Say for instance, he will say, how to tell Vedas. He says, Giti, Shigri, Sharakampi, a man who sets his own tune to the Vedas and say, Om Namo Bhagavate. So he'll be lost. Now the Gayatri Japa is being done in various tunes in the cassette. The cassettes are all India available. It will lead to the destruction. It will become a trinitrodulain which will bombard the world. People do not know the effect of the Udatta. So, in that Panini Shiksha, he gives an example. The example is the Indra, the god, the lord of gods, he gets into a tiff with his teacher, the Brihaspati. So Brihaspati left him and went away, nowhere. I mean, nobody could had gone. Then because he does have no guru to protect him, the asuras, the negative forces, they all came and he was losing all the battles. So he goes to Brahma and tells him, O Lord of Lords, there is no guru, so please tell me who is the guru that I can take now, his second one. He says, my grandson is there, he's called Vishwarupa. You go and bring him and keep him as your priest. But his grandson, the great Maharshi, he was the father of that Vishwarupa. But his wife was she belonged to the Devani community. She is an Asura Stri. So this fellow, while doing some havan, some fire sacrifices in favor of Indra, when Indra and other things were seeing elsewhere, he used to pour 3 or 4 oblations for his mother's side family, so let them also flourish well. And when Indra saw that, he just killed him on the spot with his Vajrayuda. On coming to know his father Toshta, he is a great Maharshi. He was very angry. I will destroy this Indra. So he trained some priests for telling a mantra collectively and doing a sacrifice. And that was Indra Shatrar, Indra Shatrar Vardhaswa, Indra Shatrar, it is called Udatta, true. Indra Shatrar Vardhaswa. Now, the first sentence is, the first words are Indra and Shatru. May the one who is going to kill Indra and be his sworn enemy, let him come out of this fire sacrifice. Indra Shatru Vardhaswa. Vardhaswa means grow, come out of it. And here that means the emphasis on the upward action called Udatta of Shatru. Instead, at the time of doing it, all the priests together by the Lord's will, they put the emphasis on Indra and not on Shatru. Indra Shatru Vardhaswa. So the Udatta came to Indra, the first one, and not in the second one. So this means Indra is up, his Shatru will go down and he will die. So he got Asura, his son, who will be killed by Indra instead of being able to kill Indra. This has happened because of a slight mistake in the pronunciation. So pronunciation is highly important in Vedas. And people should be very, very careful. That is why when the Vedas are taught by anybody here to the students in this Veda Pathsala, like I don't know how they do it here, then the books are not given to the not handed over to the boys. nobody can read it through. When I read my Vedas under my father, he refused to give me anything. So there can be audition defect, but he will not bother. You have to. And once he will tell, twice I have to repeat. Namaste Rudra, I will tell twice. Namaste Rudra. See properly. Namaste Rudra. Namaste. So like that they were taught. So Likita Pataka, a person who has got a printed book and begins to read it, he is gone. He is called a Pataka. He is the one who is the most inferior in chanting Vedas. Never select him for anything. Then Giti, a man who sings. Then Shigri. You should never hurry with it. Oh, I have to go to the office, finish. So if you tell like that, it is gone. It will have no effect. On the contrary, as the sounds are changed and the paces and tempo is changed, it can create destruction in the form of earthquakes, in the form of floods. It can come in any form, in the form of new and new diseases. It can come in any form. So there is a reason. So now Shiksha, and Shiksha, everything is very clearly written. In Sanskrit, you have got to pronounce Ga, Ba, Tha, like that. He says, don't pronounce it like breaking a pot. Ba, Tha, it's wrong. It says, then how? Vyagriva Shishum, a tigress, when it carries between its teeth the child, it cannot harm the child. So it takes it softly. So tell it, Kha, Bha. Never say Bha. All these things are all given there. And what are their effects? What are their bad effects? Everything is given there. So it is a very important part, that other thing. Then Vyakaranam. See, the people do not know how to do Padavicheda, as they call it, Sandhi. See, Sanskrit has got this in English and all that is not there, nor in Swahili, nor in Latin. So here, you can join 2-3 words. It is called Samastapada. Dhyayet Padmasanastham, Padma Asanastha. There are 3 different words. The one who is sitting in the lotus, the one who is sitting in the lotus. So there are 3 parts. So it is called like that. So that has to be properly done. Otherwise what will happen is, supposing they are chanting some 10 people, Sarve Deva, then all the people together is chanting Sarve Deva, all the gods. And then one fellow will be talking something and all that, and then he will join at the end. The end will be, let them die. Nashanda. See, in between so many things has come. Actually, see, it is the last is in connection with all the bad things to us, all the obstacles to us. But he will say, Devaha Nashantu, may all the gods be destroyed. So he should know the Vyakarana correctly, then only he can tell them properly at the proper place. This is very essential. Vyakaranam. Chanda. See, Chandas is something which lies in an embryonic state in English, but it is highly developed in our literature and adopted to a large extent, some of them in the Vedas. They are called meters, and 3,000 meters are there. And Pingala, a great Maharshi, has written about each, how it should be. See, you write a poem. In that poem, say, a small poem, we say, Uttishta, Uttishta, Govinda, Uttishta, 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 Govinda, Avartanagara Prabho. Now, here, each 1/4 of a place is called a pada. So 4 padas make one. It is called Anutup Chand. And what is the purpose of a Chand? Chand means that which hides. So all the devatas, their powers, the godly powers, they are all hidden only in that meter. See, that is why all our original textbooks on everything, on architecture, on mantras, everything, they were all in poems, including Sushruta's books on anatomy, books on medicine. Today, is there any book prescribed for MBBS which is in this poem saying, oh, the anatomy of your body is unique, the skeleton is hanging? No. But why did they do it? Why did they do it? See, we are not aware that we are dealing with a human body. It's not human. It is the greatest of gateway to the vision of the highest and to understand the self. And that is why they have to adopt all these things. So it's very important that Chanda, that is, they say, the seventh word in any poem should be short. Panjamam Lagu Sarvatra. Then the seventh word should be Dirgha. Like that they have prescribed some complicated things. So everything is in 1 meter. Our Ganapati Muni has written some of the books where each poem is in a different meter. He has used nearly 150, 180 meters in one book. Like that. So these meters are not for simply entertainment and hearing. The boy stood on the deck and he was crying, Papa, Papa. So that is not the thing. Here the meters are all pregnant with meaning, impregnated with significance. And that is the thing. That is called the Chandas. People don't know all these things. Then, Shiksha, Vyakaranam, Chandaha, Jyotisham. The next is astrology. Astrology is not to know when I will get a promotion, when I will get a jackpot. Not for that purpose. Its purpose was originally to find out the best time in which I can start a sacrifice, the best time in which start a samskara, say marriage and all that, only for that purpose. But unfortunately, now it is used only for knowing the future, which God has purposely hidden from you and is going to cause trouble. That is there. But Jyotisha is therefore a part of Vedas. It's one of the 6 limbs called Vedangas. So, then, Niruktam. Niruktam means the Vedic Sanskrit is not an ordinary Sanskrit. You cannot understand by simply seeing Aptis dictionary of Sanskrit to English. Each one has got a meaning, including the proper nouns like the names of the rishis. They have got a high philosophical significance. So that meaning is given there. Say for instance, one of the oldest sage of yore, he was known as Kashyapa. In fact, the entire world, all the species came out of his wife. One lady gave birth to all reptiles, one lady gave birth to all birds, one gave birth to all gods, one gave birth to all asuras or demons, like that. She was Kashyapa, the original one. And he also got 3 principal wives. One is called Diti, one is called Aditi. Aditi, the mother of gods, and Diti, the mother of demons. So like that. Kashyapa. The meaning of Kashyapa is given there. Because he is a great sage. And having so many wives, even one wife is difficult. To marry them is not an easy joke. Some 100 wives. And they will be quarreling and you will be only arbitrating between them. Each one pulling other's hair. So, who is a Kashyapa? Pashyatiti Kashyapa. This is the meaning given in the Nirukta. The one who is just seeing everything as a witness. Today, Diti will come to him. You know what is happening? My sons Asuras are all being driven away by that fellow Indra, who is the king of gods. And are they not your sons? What are you doing? Do something for them. Destroy this Indra. Oh. Then next, that other lady will come after about 100 years. She will tell, you know what they are doing? Our Indra has to go and he is hiding in a lotus, inside a lotus. They have driven him away from the heavens and they occupied the entire heaven. What are you doing? Give me a particular vrata, a particular ritual to be done by which Indra should come back and regain his kingdom. He will say Tathastu. A man who is not bothered whether one tears the hair of another, and you simply say, okay, okay, okay. He is called Kashyapa. Kashyapa Pashyaka. See, it is called the introversion of the syllables. And it is a common thing in philology. And Niruttam. Then, on the other one is called Kalpa. What is Kalpa? When people are unable to have the highest approach of the formless God who is everywhere and who is your own self, all people can't understand it. The people at some strata of society, they can't understand all these things. So for them, gods with forms who are impregnated with the same energy from the entire cosmos, and they're all given, and each one has got a different method of worship. So you do all those things with 5 different types of offering him. They are called upacharas in Sanskrit. That is, offerings we may say. So the offerings are, first give him bath, that's one offering. Then you light this incense stick, that is called dhupa, deepa, archana, naivedya. So these are all the panchopacharas. Then there are 16 where they will keep something like a handkerchief like thing made of metal, they will do like this, and they will have 2 types of some, with some long hairs and all that, they will do like this. No hair will come out of it. Simply they are all, I should say, royal embellishments. That's all. So, all these things were there. So these 6 will have to be read. Who has got the time? Who knows about them? They don't know even the spellings of these things. And it is told, without this do not go near the Vedas. You are not entitled. These are the first synchronons for a man to enter into the world of Vedas. So all these things are there. So what else should I say? Another thing. It is told when Vedas are being chanted, no child, if it cries, you can't tell the child, hey, don't weep, Vedas are going on. On the contrary, stop the Vedas. This is given there. So no noise should be there because it's all sound effects. All the 50 letters in our alphabet, they are called the various aspects of that one cosmic energy. In the Lalita Sahasranama it is told, Matrika Varna Rupini Namaha. Oh, the greatest divine mother of all power, you are in the form of Matrika Varna, means alphabets. But you have to pronounce it that manner. Not ye, you have to pronounce it a. You cannot pronounce it G, you have to pronounce it G. Then a particular this thing emanates. And then they have added them all together. Kleem, Aim. There are so many such combinations of various syllables. And each one has got a great power. For instance, Aim. You say Aim, Hrim, Kleem, Aim. So if you say Aim, it is called Jnanabija. When you tell Aim, then your intellect is so provoked that you will reach, you will understand everything. The subtlest of the subtlest you can understand and ultimately reach the Supreme Entity and become one with Him. That is possible. Then Kleem. Kleem is called Kamabija. Kama means desires. This will, from the ball pen to passion and lust, it will take away all the things if you go on telling for a long time. Kleem, Kleem, Kleem. But it's a prohibition, you cannot independently pronounce it. So these things are to be pronounced among certain words only, and all the mantras have been prepared in that manner. So it's an intricate things. And unfortunately, the man who knows physics do not know Sanskrit or Vedas. The man who knows Vedas, he doesn't know the spelling of quantum physics. So if these two people come together and all these things, our our people can be enlightened to a large extent, they will then know why a God is necessary, why should we get him, what is to be your ultimate duty. Today you think, my grandson's marriage is my duty. A sannyasi, aged about 90 in Benares, he was daily collecting horoscopes from various people for his granddaughter's marriage, which would be suitable, and he used to prepare a comparative statement saying this boy is aged at this much, his qualification this much, his father and mother of this qualification. So like that, comparative. Is this the job of a monk? Have you taken sannyas for that? So unfortunately, the purpose is all lost, the objective is all lost. We follow things only in its skeleton, we forget the spirit of it. This is very unfortunate, I should say. Yes, I've also had thoroughly an upbringing like a common man with English education, in science and all that. But somehow I had a father who was a specialist in mantras. He was an advisor to Sir John Woodruff, who had written all the first to write all the tantra books in this thing. He was a collector in Tanjore at one time. So at that time he used to come to the house. I think he also is known as Sir Arthur Avalon or something. Sir Arthur Avalon, the same one, Sir John Woodruff. So he used to come as a small child, he will bring and give me toffees. So I've seen. And we see in my 8th year, I used to read a number of detective novels in English, 400 pages in one day. I used to purchase for 4 annas. There is a rental, and I'll give it in the evening and get another. So English is the language in which I was born practically in those days. There is that. So I could easily understand that conversation. Even though I was a young boy of 6 and 7, I used to be attending, telling about the importance, the mantras and all that. So the kalpam is very important. There is a lost of those other things where the various types of pujas, what is done for Saraswati is not for the other final divine mother, the Rajarajeshwari. The one for Rajeshwari is not for Lord Shiva. The one for Lord Shiva is not for Lord Vishnu. And all that. So like that the entire kalpa it contains, and that also has been written by many people. Most of them are lost. Today what is available is called Parashurama Kalpa. From that people have written small books and all that, the puja vidhi, there's so many pujas and all that, 10 pujas, 20 pujas, and some of them contain 1,000 mistakes, and nobody knows better, and they will be reading that. This is how it is. Okay. Then another point is, should one know the meaning of Vedas? When you are telling something, Shanno Mitra Shamvarunaha, then what does it mean? What word is used? Number one, as I said, it is a sound effect. The question of a meaning, you need not know, even though it has got an external meaning, it is more to be foolish like. It has got some effect, but without that it is quite potent. See, when you see there is a classroom which is making a lot of commotion, so you go there and say, shh. So